So this is the first podcast in a line of hopefully a weekly series that we want to do to bring a more in-depth perspective on the whole street culture game as a whole.
Get a more, through this we want to get a very personal, in-depth analysis, not only with us but also hopefully hype beasts that we want to speak with.
So you just started off like such a small thing in America, something just started just to support surf culture, like it started like a lot of brands back then don't exist.
Support culture as in for surfers to dress?
Surfers basically, like surfers
Sure.
like the casual beach I think. I am sure. The started was like a cool way of dressing for surfers. A lot of brands came up this way where they were looking to appeal to these surfers who like to don like a casual look because they were mostly on the beach. They like the casual beachy look.
Be alright. All night, alright. With you. What do you gotta?
Remember Ikram from like the intro
So Ikram had to leave
for university,
in London.
but
Not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, London's a nice place. London is big on streetwear fashion right now.
London is like a hub with the fashion industry at this time, and I think that's amazing. And we felt that it was so important to have someone cover everything as it happens in London, with someone with a credit card with a limit like Ikram's, and cop some sick stuff so we can bring it to you as it happens.
So we told Ikram, you need to go to university in London because Ikram was so committed to this project. He wanted to stay back here. He wanted to work. He wanted to get lost.
Yeah, we told him we need you there for the work.
Like
But
it's too
Ikram-
expensive for us. But Ikram, you will be fine in London.
But he's still gonna
Yeah,
be
very
in the
fun.
podcast right over here. Right over here. We just
Or maybe in the corner somewhere.
or up. Or yeah, or just we have
Around. He'll be around.
He'll
Maybe.
be somewhere.
Around.
But so welcome back to our first podcast. But the idea, like I said earlier, is to get a more in-depth perspective on specific ideas with fashion. Today we'll do a more generalized scene on our perspectives, and every week we hope to bring in a line of different interesting people to interview about their perspectives and what they feel about their fashion.
And essentially every podcast would be different from the last one and the next one because we try to cover different aspects of fashion in each podcast.
We figured not a bad space to start would be with the history of street fashion in a brief format.
So streetwear started off in America mainly. It started in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s to support surf culture. It was made to appease the surf culture basically, where a lot of these people who were into surfing would prefer the casual kind of clothing that would be sporty, beachy, the kind of stuff they could spot on the beach. And essentially this side of fashion that was for surf culture transcended into skating culture, which transcended into sneaker culture, which transcended into high fashion what it is today.
And sports played a pretty big role in the past. I mean, in the whole movement that's happened. I mean, take for example just basketball. The whole Jordan fad started off with basket, and till date, every Jordan is technically a basketball shoe.
Sure.
But the role that it played in this whole culture is so huge. And
Basically, streetwear had appropriate sports shoes into casual shoes, into fashionable shoes. I'm pretty sure nobody ever thought that they could, at one point in time, you could be rocking a basketball shoe as like
a party at a really
party.
high
Exactly.
fashion party.
Like
And
somewhere
today that's
along the
pretty
line,
much what it is.
it clicked in someone's head that this thing can be.
I mean,
equally
even
fashionable.
Yeezys are technically running shoes.
Are technically running, exactly. These are
But
technically running
I'm
shoes.
sure there's only
Ultra
a-
Boosts are running shoes.
Ultra Boost, few people do. I mean, there's still
They launched
relatively,
the whole uncaged version just for the whole.
but relatively, there's a much larger number of people running in Ultra Boost than Yeezy. I'm sure there's just like a
No,
few
but that's why
millionaires around the world.
Adidas went into the uncaged version of the Ultra Boost, so that.
Yeah, but I
that
guess
was just
currently,
expandable.
I feel like street fashion is more about appropriating something that was made for a specific purpose but to your own purpose, which I think really drives home the idea of street fashion emphasizing on personal expression.
So at the end of the day, like you could be rocking like a really big streetwear brand, a really expensive one. You could be rocking just simple stuff that you probably find in everyday brands like a Zara and H&M.
How did you get into streetwear?
So even though my mom started me off at a really young age with being conscious about the way I'm dressed, my introduction to fashion in depth came through Ikram. So Ikram got me intel and fashion, and then the first thing that I took notice of on my own, I would say, was Kanye West's CC Boost line with Adidas. I remember my friend Ashley showing me a picture of the turtle doves. This is after they came and went, like they were sold out. And at first look, I actually hated the shoe. I thought it looked like fleece, and I said no chance.
And now
anyone's wearing
Kush
that.
would kill for a pair just to maybe even just keep them up around his room.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing pictures of people wearing them, I realized how they actually do look nice, how they stick out. And I remember wanting the next pair so bad.
At what point did you start dressing like Kanye?
I mean, like I said, I saw pictures of people. I saw pictures of people wearing.
So it's
the
been
Yeezy,
evolving over the
and I
past
saw
year.
that the way I traditionally dress and people around me traditionally dress, on that maybe a Yeezy would not look good. But the way these guys dressed,
It really
which
pulled it off.
it kind of defied everything I knew about fashion. You know, I knew that's when I realized that you can just wear a baggy T-shirt, joggers,
Fair enough.
and nice shoes, and you're a well-dressed guy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
With me, it was more about so I think it was in December of this year itself when Ikram's Snapchat story had a pair of NMDs on them, and my immediate reaction, I texted him saying, "Yo, what are these shoes?" And he was like, "Man, I was trying to get Yeezys, but they're way too common here in the UK, so I just picked up a pair of NMDs." I'm like, "Damn, could you get me a pair?" And he got me a pair. And that's essentially what got me into it. Since then, I've been crazy into shoes, and slowly that transcended to clothes. And now I'm at a stage where it makes me so happy to dress according to an outfit which I've composed in my head, and it really helps me like express myself like it's supposed to. And I feel like that's something that we really aim to like spread out from here. But hang on, if you and I were both basically brought into this by Ikram, how did you get into this?
I'll just say, for me, I've always been conscious of the way I've dressed. So for me, streetwear was like a way in which I could express what I wanted to be viewed as, where I could dress according to what I wanted to be perceived as. So streetwear just gives you that freedom of expression. It just gives you a platform in which you can just do what you like, just experiment with what you find aesthetically pleasing or what you find to be your personal style. It gives you so much power, and that's what I loved about it. So that's what really, diverted me to streetwear. And it's not just clothing, it's a culture, it's your thinking, it's so much more than just clothing. That's what I want to explain. Like, it's not just rocking your Supreme or rocking your Yeezys or something like that. It's not just that.
Thanks, Ikram. That was great.
Thank you.
That was great. Yeah. Okay. So next up, I wanted to talk more about what you guys think your style is like. So I mean, if someone asked you, what would you define your style as?
So I would like to say it's a combination of, I mean, not like I own a lot of it, but I would like to say it's a combination of high fashion and simple clothes. So when I go, if I do buy something high fashion, it has to be something original to that brand, right? So the minimalistic part of my style, I would leave it to simple brands like Zara and H&M, which are relatively more affordable than a high fashion brand. So if I want a nice, let's say, jacket, and I decided it has to be high fashion, it has to be something that's like unique to that designer, that the designer is doing. So I guess basically it's a combination of high
Fashion and just
simple
minimalism.
and simple.
But then again, minimalism could also be high fashion, right?
It could be high fashion, but I say
So you like
personally I like to leave minimalism to the simpler brands.
Okay,
Like,
so what you mean to say is, in my opinion, would be a little combination between being brand conscious with logos and minimalism.
but not necessarily with logos, but with
But
the
just,
style
yeah.
that's unique to that brand. Like the Ace is unique to Gucci.
Okay, cool. What about you, Ikram?
Yeah, so for me personally, dressing sense wise, I would have to say that I'm a bit brand, I won't lie to you, I'm a bit brand conscious. Not in the sense that everything top to bottom needs to be branded, but in the sense that I do enjoy wearing brands sometimes. So if I like it, I wear it. I don't just buy it just for the sake of it. But yeah, I would say I'm more on the flashier end. I do like minimalism. Don't get me wrong. I think it's nice, but once in a while. But if my ideal sense of dressing would be like quite flashy. Like I wear something flashy at the bottom for sure, like some nice shoes, and I definitely wear like a really nice jacket. So like that's kind of my aesthetic, the slim tapered fit, but like a bit flashier than regular. So that would be my take on it personally.
Thanks, Ikram. That was great. But with me, I'd say my style is more about. I feel like my style is. I really dig minimalism in itself and just pure minimalism. I like my outfits to be more of a discovery process as compared to being completely blatant. It's one of my favorite things in the world. In the sense, the more people look at your outfit, the closer they get, they see that there's so much more depth to it. And I feel like that really encapsulates the feel of what I try to go. And that's why I really like Off-White as a brand, and that's why I really like John Elliott as a brand.
So what would your favorite brand be then?
For me right now, I'd probably go with John Elliott.
So I'd probably go with Off-White, but mine are for different reasons than yours. So you like the simplicity sometimes of Off-White, where it's just the off.
Yeah, it just so holistically encapsulates everything that I really love about this culture as a whole, and the discovery end of it. Like for example, the Villain hoodie that John Elliott designed, beautiful hoodie, and it's got these hidden pockets under zippers on the side where you get, and there's a pocket, and it's just those hidden things that really get me, in my opinion. Who's your favorite celebrity style icon?
Even though I really love A$AP Rocky right now, for me, it just have to be the guy that got me into it, Kanye West.
For me, I feel like it'll be a lot of. I think I'd go with Justin Bieber because I like the way he experiments, and again, his height and build is quite sadly similar to mine. So when I see him pull off things, I connect to it a lot more. When I see Kanye layering things, very often, the way his body type is, I won't be able to relate to it because I won't be able to pull something off of that.
Kind of sort of experimentation too.
Kanye's got of course, Kanye, A$AP, they're all up there for me.
Yeah.
But I'd personally go Justin because his style really connects to mine a lot more.
I get it.
What about you, Ikram?
Icon wise, A$AP Rocky for sure. Because to many people he's got a very weird sense of style, but I like it, to be honest, because it's very out of the box. It's not like what you see every day. Like he does wear the brands, but he also knows how to wear them, and he's not very focused on them. So if he likes a fit, if he likes the kind of aesthetic, he will wear it. So regardless of, like, he's very like I don't give a shit kind of attitude. So that's what I like about his style. He's out of the box, and yeah, that's what I like about A$AP. But another aesthetic that I really like is Justin Bieber's aesthetic. He dresses really well. He mixes a lot of brands, and he does it really. I feel like he does it really well. The fit-wise, colors, everything. I like his style. So I'd have to say the both of them for sure.
That's it for our first podcast, guys. If you like that and you're into this, make sure to share this video. It'll help us get a lot more out there. It'll help us get a lot better content. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and
we really hope to keep dropping new stuff every week.
thank you for watching. Good night.